Hi everyone. Now let's discuss Topic 10 of Unit 3, Preventive and Defense Strategies. In cybersecurity, preventive strategies are proactive measures taken to stop attacks before they happen. Examples include firewalls, encryption, patch management, and enforcing the principle of least privilege. On the other hand, defense, reactive, strategies are measures taken after an attack or incident has occurred, focusing on minimizing damage, investigating causes, and recovering systems. Examples include incident response, forensics, SIEM, security information and event management, and disaster recovery planning. A strong cybersecurity posture requires both prevention to reduce risks and defense to handle inevitable attacks effectively. One well-known model here is defense in depth, layered security, where multiple layers of protection, network, application, data, human and physical, ensure attackers face barriers at every step. To make this clear, let's look at some exam-focused questions. 2-mark questions. Define a preventive strategy in cybersecurity. Define a defense, reactive, strategy in cybersecurity. Give 2 examples of preventive technical controls. What is SIEM? What does least privilege mean? 10-mark questions. Explain preventive and defense strategies in cybersecurity with suitable examples. Describe the concept of defense in depth, layered security, and its layers. Explain the incident response lifecycle and how detection and forensics fit into defense strategies. Discuss organizational and human-centric preventive measures against social engineering. Explain business continuity, BCP, and disaster recovery, Dr. Planning as part of defensive strategy and their importance. Preventive and defense strategies in cybersecurity are essential to protect organizations from the growing range of cyber threats that target not only systems and networks, but also employees and customers. Preventive strategies are proactive measures that aim to stop attacks before they can occur. These strategies focus on identifying potential weaknesses and securing them ahead of time. For example, firewalls act as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external networks, preventing unauthorized access. Patch management ensures that software vulnerabilities are fixed promptly, reducing the risk of exploitation by malware or hackers. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, adds an extra layer of security beyond passwords, making it difficult for attackers to access accounts even if credentials are stolen. Another crucial preventive measure is employee training, which educates staff about common threats such as phishing, baiting, and social engineering, reducing the likelihood of human error being exploited. Defense strategies, on the other hand, are reactive measures designed to detect and respond to attacks, minimize damage, and restore normal operations. A key example is security information and event management, SIEM, which collects and analyzes logs from different systems to detect unusual patterns, such as repeated failed login attempts that may indicate an ongoing attack. Incident response, IR, plans provide a structured approach for responding to breaches, including containment, eradication, and recovery procedures. Regular data backups ensure that critical information can be restored in case of ransomware attacks or data corruption. Additionally, techniques like intrusion detection systems, IDS, endpoint detection and response, EDR, and network monitoring help detect threats in real time, allowing organizations to react quickly and prevent further damage. The need for preventive and defense strategies is particularly important because cyber threats are becoming more frequent, sophisticated, and targeted. Attackers exploit both technological vulnerabilities and human behavior, making a layered approach essential. For instance, phishing attacks may trick employees into revealing credentials, which could then be used to bypass even strong technical defenses. Organizations also face regulatory requirements under standards like ISO 27001, GDPR, HIPAA, and PCI-DSS, which mandate measures for data protection and breach prevention. Implementing a combination of preventive and defense strategies not only strengthens the security posture, but also helps in building trust with customers, partners, and stakeholders, reduces potential financial and reputational losses, and ensures business continuity in the face of cyber threats. Real-world examples highlight the importance of these strategies. For instance, the Target breach in 2013 occurred due to insufficient monitoring of vendor access, highlighting the need for preventive access controls and network segmentation. In contrast, organizations that quickly detected and responded to ransomware attacks through defense measures, such as EDR tools and offline backups, were able to minimize downtime and financial loss. By integrating both proactive and reactive measures, organizations create a resilient cybersecurity framework capable of addressing current and future threats effectively. Preventive strategies in cybersecurity are proactive measures taken to protect systems, networks, and people from potential attacks before they occur. These strategies can be broadly categorized into technical, human-centric, and organizational measures. Technical preventive measures focus on securing the IT infrastructure itself. Firewalls and intrusion prevention systems, IPS, are deployed to block unauthorized access, filter malicious traffic, and monitor network activity. For example, a firewall can prevent an attacker from connecting to a company's server from the internet, while an IPS can detect and stop suspicious patterns like repeated login attempts. Antivirus and anti-malware software are used to detect, quarantine, and remove malicious software such as viruses, Trojans, and ransomware before they cause damage. Encryption ensures that sensitive data, whether stored or transmitted over networks, cannot be easily read if intercepted. For instance, encrypting emails prevents attackers from reading confidential messages. Network segmentation divides a network into zones, so even if an attacker gains access to one part, they cannot freely move to sensitive areas, like separating the finance department's network from guest Wi-Fi. Patch management is critical for closing software vulnerabilities. Regularly updating operating systems and applications prevents attackers from exploiting known security flaws. Human-centric preventive measures address the human element, which is often the weakest link. Security awareness training educates employees on threats such as phishing emails, unsafe downloads, and poor password practices. For example, training can help staff recognize a fake email asking them to reset a bank password. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, adds extra verification beyond passwords, such as one-time codes or biometric scans, reducing the risk of account compromise even if passwords are stolen. Strong password policies enforce complexity and periodic changes, making credentials harder to guess. Access control using the least privilege principle ensures employees have only the permissions necessary for their roles, reducing the impact if an account is compromised. Organizational preventive measures involve policies, procedures, and governance. Security policies define rules for device usage, data handling, and incident reporting, ensuring everyone in the organization follows consistent security practices. Vendor risk management ensures third-party partners adhere to strong cybersecurity standards, as attackers may exploit weaker systems in the supply chain. Regular audits verify compliance with internal policies and external regulations, helping organizations identify gaps and fix vulnerabilities before an attack occurs. By combining these technical, human-centric, and organizational strategies, organizations create a strong defensive posture. For example, an employee who receives a phishing email would be prevented from clicking it due to training. MFA would block unauthorized access, and network segmentation would limit potential damage if credentials were compromised. These layered preventive measures reduce vulnerabilities, protect sensitive data, and make it significantly harder for attackers to succeed. Defense strategies. These strategies are essential because no preventive system is 100% foolproof. Attackers may bypass defenses, and timely detection and response can minimize damage. They are generally divided into three key areas: detection, response, and recovery. Detection focuses on identifying attacks as they happen or shortly afterward. Security information and event management, SIEM. Systems collect logs and data from servers, applications, and network devices to analyze for unusual patterns or behaviors. For example, if a user account suddenly accesses sensitive data at midnight, SIEM can flag this as suspicious. Intrusion detection systems, IDS, Monitor network traffic to detect abnormal patterns, such as multiple failed login attempts, DDoS attacks, or unusual data transfers. These tools provide alerts so security teams can investigate and act quickly. B response deals with taking action once a threat is detected. An incident response, IR, plan provides a structured approach to contain the attack, eradicate malicious elements, and prevent further damage. For instance, if ransomware encrypts files, the IR team might isolate affected systems to stop the spread. Forensic analysis involves examining logs, files, and systems to understand the attack source, method, and scope. This helps organizations not only remediate the incident, but also learn lessons to improve security. For example, forensic analysis might reveal that a phishing email led to credential theft, prompting stricter email filters and staff training. C recovery ensures that normal operations resume with minimal disruption. Data backups, whether offline or in the cloud, allow organizations to restore critical files and systems after an attack, such as restoring encrypted files following a ransomware attack. Disaster recovery plans, DRP, provide detailed steps to recover infrastructure, networks, and applications quickly, ensuring business continuity. For example, a company may switch operations to backup servers while the main network is restored and secured. In practice, a defense strategy works best as a layered approach. Detection tools alert teams to threats, response measures contain and eliminate them, and recovery plans restore operations efficiently. For example, in a phishing attack, SIEM detects suspicious login attempts. The IR team isolates compromised accounts. Forensic analysis traces the breach, and backups restore any affected files, minimizing financial and reputational damage. Preventive and defense strategies for social engineering focus on protecting individuals and organizations from attackers who manipulate human behavior rather than exploiting technical vulnerabilities. One key strategy is verifying identities before sharing sensitive information, such as confirming a request from IT support by calling back on a known number. Being cautious of urgent requests is crucial because attackers often create a false sense of urgency, like an email claiming your bank account will be locked unless you act immediately. Shredding sensitive documents before disposal prevents attackers from retrieving personal or corporate information from trash or recycling. Employees should report suspicious emails immediately, so IT teams can investigate potential phishing attempts. For phone-based attacks, using caller ID verification helps ensure the person requesting sensitive data is legitimate, reducing the risk of phishing attacks. The advantages of implementing preventive and defense strategies are significant. They greatly reduce the likelihood of successful attacks by making it harder for attackers to manipulate employees or exploit human errors. They also enable faster detection and response, so potential breaches are caught early before significant damage occurs. These strategies help organizations maintain compliance with laws and regulations, such as GDPR or HIPAA, which require safeguarding sensitive data. Additionally, by showing that security is taken seriously, organizations can increase customer and stakeholder trust, reinforcing their reputation as a safe and responsible entity. For example, a company that trains employees to recognize phishing emails and verify requests can prevent incidents like fraudulent wire transfers or unauthorized access to customer data, which are common targets in social engineering attacks. Disadvantages and limitations of preventive and defense strategies highlight that while these measures are essential, they are not without challenges. Firstly, implementing comprehensive security controls, such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, multi-factor authentication, and employee training, can be costly, especially for small or medium-sized organizations. These costs include purchasing hardware-software, paying for skilled personnel, and maintaining security systems. Secondly, strict security measures may create operational delays. For example, requiring multi-factor authentication or thorough access approvals can slow down routine tasks, causing frustration among employees if not balanced properly. Similarly, network segmentation or extensive monitoring can impact system performance or complicate workflows. Finally, preventive and defense strategies require continuous updating to remain effective. Cyber threats constantly evolve, and attackers develop new tactics, techniques, and procedures. Without regular updates, such as patching software, refreshing training programs, or tuning security tools, these strategies can become outdated, leaving vulnerabilities exposed. Example: a company might implement strong email filters to block phishing attempts, but if attackers start using new tactics, such as spear phishing or deepfake voice calls, the filters alone may not be enough, and employees need ongoing awareness training to stay vigilant. Please have a look at difference between preventive and defense strategies. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.